Bonaduce, life coach. Danny Bonaduce, life coach.
Alrighty, kids, it is time to talk to the life coach, and we'll take your emails as well. Lifecoach@KZOK.com, but the phone number is 1-800-252-1025. You should be dialing right now. Life Coach is brought to you by Goldberg Jones Divorce for Men. Call 1-800-DIVORCE. Let's talk to John in Seattle. Good morning, John. How the hell are you?
Hey, how's it going, Danny?
It's going very well. I'm glad you called. What can I do for you?
So, I have a cell phone. My girlfriend has a cell phone. We have smartphones, and every time I'm near her when she's on it, she's texting her, if she's on Facebook or whatever, she always shies away, cringes away, like she's trying to hide something.
You know why that is?
Why is that?
Because she's hiding something. And
Yeah,
I'm not making a joke here or anything. You're right. If you've got your cell phone out and she's got her cell phone out, and when you get near to the point, because I've been through it, you know, I say if you call the life coach, there's a chance I've been through this. This ruined my marriage, and I was the bad guy. It was like one of three things. I was the bad guy, but she thought something's going on. And my ex-wife used to say, well, when there's smoke, there's fire. And I started to check with people, because you don't just say you're the life coach without having a little backup. And 9 out of 10 times, you're right. If you think something is up, and if her body posture, and she's tilting the phone away so you can't see what's on there so she can refresh that, she's absolutely 100% hiding something. Now, whether she's hiding a guy or she's hiding whatever that she doesn't want you to see, the language she uses, the girls she's hanging out with. I can't tell you that, although I will if you ask me. But, it doesn't necessarily indicate that she's hiding something that would break you two up. But when you say, I think she's hiding something, I will tell you without fear of being wrong, it's because she's hiding something. Now, John, now that you know, let's just agree that you know that what I say is true. What do you think she's hiding? Do you think there's a guy? Do you think there's drugs? Or do you just think she doesn't want you to see she's on FaceTime or whatever these kids are using these days?
You know, I used to do it, too. It's just because I grew up with my father is a very personal person, and it kind of rubbed off on me. And so when people try to get into my business, I shy away and get upset about it. You know, it's like, it's none of your business. What are you looking at? But I eventually stopped. You know, I made sure that my password was visible to her.
I was going to ask you about that. That's really good, John. I think passwords are a terrible thing. If my wife had a password, and I can barely fathom it because I don't even use the computer, she does. But let's just say that my wife had a password and I could not get into her Facebook, her computer, her email, whatever it was, there'd be a huge fight in that. There'd be threats of divorce. That's not what marriage is. Now, how old are you, John?
I'm 26.
All right, so you're 26. So you're young and still just, starting off, never been married, stuff like that. Do you have fear that there's another man in her life?
No, because she doesn't have the free time to spend time with another person. So I know she's not spending time with a person, but I still feel like maybe she's communicating with somebody, and I don't know.
Here's what I will tell you. As a guy who has done this stuff, if she doesn't have some guy in her life, and I agree with you that if you're around all the time, she's not. She's for sure not. But I will tell you this, it's just a game. So what? She's texting this, it's just a game, but then here's the thing. That'll catch up eventually. Someday, if she's texting a guy and she just thinks it's innocent fun and my boyfriend wouldn't care, eventually he's going to say the right thing. And she'll have never meant anything to happen. And when the disaster comes, she'll say, I never meant for this to happen. I only loved you. And then he said the magic whammy thing that guys will say that girls want to hear. So if you think she's talking away and just having a good time, but it's a real life guy and she's saying inappropriate things for a woman who has a boyfriend, you should nip that in the bud before it turns into something physical till it's a real guy in your real life. But in the meantime, John, she is hiding something. There's your answer to your question. But I agree with you. She's not hiding another guy. Good luck to you, buddy. I appreciate the call very much. By the way, number is 1-800-252-1025. We just saved John's life.
You did.
We just saved that cat's life. And he seemed like a nice boy at 26 years old. So give me a call, 1-800-252-1025.
If you want your life saved, you better call right now.
Why wouldn't you want your life saved? That's crazy. You're drowning, somebody throws you a life preserver and you go, no. That's craziness. I'm here for you.
But I mean, we're joking, but it is true. If you've got a problem, whether it's something simple or it's something that you really think is life-changing, you can get the answers from Danny.
I want you to know that I'm aware of this, that when it's happening to you, almost nothing simple. If you call up here and I'm going, well, just come on, man. When it's happened to you, I get that it's important.
You can also email lifecoach@KZOK.com. Robert in Tacoma has sent an email. I've been dating a girl for about 4 months, and everything has been great, except for one concern.
Uh-oh.
I've been paying for everything. Dinner, movies, lunch, coffee, tips, everything. I hope I don't sound cheap, but this is starting to add up. She never so much as offers or even reaches for her purse when the bill arrives. I'm not rich, and I have yet to suggest that we go Dutch, but I don't think I should have to. It seems like a common courtesy to me. What do you think?
Hey, I think I'm really glad about that, because when I was growing up, I don't know how old you are, but when I was growing up, girls never considered paying, except on your birthday, and the guy would never let it. And believe me, I'm going to get the part where she pays, so don't think I'm turning it on you. But a guy would never even conceive. It would be an insult to your manhood if the girl paid. Those times are gone, man, and this girl should absolutely be paying for stuff. Here's what I suggest you do, rather. I hate the expression go Dutch. Whether you want to just be broke this week, you had a rough time, whatever it is, you paid some bills, you go, you know what, Becky, I'm absolutely broke this week. You buy lunch? Just matter of factly, like she should have done it long ago, which she should have. But I would recommend you offer her to lighten your load. You know what? I'm really short this week. Let's. Can you buy lunch? And she will say absolutely, because I don't know that she knows this. My guess would be, well, I don't guess when I'm the life coach. I know she's aware that she's not paying. She's aware that she's not paying. Sarah's nodding her head, yes, as the expert on girls.
Who think that they shouldn't have to pay. I think that personally that's ridiculous.
I agree.
But I'm sure that you're right that she knows.
She knows she's not paying. So before you have to, because I know what it's like to go, I don't want to ask her to go Dutch, then don't. Just go, hey, dude, like here's what I would ask Sarah. We're dating for 4 months. She never bought. Sarah, I am absolutely busted this week. Can you buy lunch this week?
No, you should pay for everything.
Okay, you're single.
I'm breaking up with you.
But that's the way to do it. Make it a good thing. Like, I'm really broke this week. Can you buy lunch this week? I have a little chuckle in your voice. And I don't think there's a way out for her. If she's a keeper, she's going to go, absolutely. And in her mind, she's going to go, wow, I haven't paid for anything. I should do that. But yeah, make it a lighthearted thing. Laugh at your thing. Hey, can you buy lunch this week? And she will say yes, or I'm not the life coach.
Or it turns out that she's terrible, and then he at least got away from it. Bad girl.
Yeah, exactly. That's always the bright side on this.
800-252-1025. If you've got a question for the life coach, call now.
What is happening with our phones? I will ask that question. We've lost two very good phone calls.
I'm hoping that Bob is on his way,
okay.
Going to be calling back because there's some pretty heavy problems. If you've got a heavy problem and you need Danny's help, just change your name. You can be Steve, you can be Becky, you can be a ref, you could be a duck. Let's put you on with Becky in Seattle. Becky, you were on Seattle. The life coach.
What's up, Becky?
Hi, Danny. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. And you?
Well, I'm a little puzzled.
All right.
Okay, I've asked my husband to go because we're just done. He's very mean, and how else should I say it, Andre? He's
if you've got somebody named Andre you can ask, you're pretty much out of this relationship.
Who's Andre?
Who the hell's Andre?
No, he's my son.
Put Andre on the phone.
Okay, sure.
Okay.
Hello?
What is up, my brother, and what are you doing with Becky?
We're driving to school right now.
It really is her son.
Oh, that's really her son. I thought you were going to be another guy. Hi, Andre. How you doing? I hope you study very, very hard and you make life for yourself. Please put your mother back on.
Yeah.
Thank God I didn't go off of this guy. I thought there was the wrong guy in the car. And I was going to say, you can't call the life coach with a guy in your car. Hey, Becky, your son sounds charming.
You're back on, Mom.
You still sound charming. Oh, my God, put your mother on the phone.
Okay.
How much do I sound like your dad? Put your mother on the phone. Hi, Becky.
Okay, that's the problem is he's never been a father, and we just really feel like we'll do much better without him, but he won't go.
Wow, are you doing this right in front of the kid?
He's 16. He's...
Okay, all right, I'll give you that. And he thinks he'd be better off without always having to live under Dad's roof. Is that correct?
Exactly.
All right. And so here's your question for me if I get it. You can't get the husband out?
Exactly.
Why can't you go?
Well, it would be much easier for him to go because otherwise I would have to move all of us.
Right. Well, here's the thing, and I always say this on Life Coach, depending on what the problem is. And at the end of the day, your happiness wins out. And if you're truly unhappy, and every day you sacrifice that because you don't want to have to move your things, you don't want to lose money, or you don't want to, even if you have to quit an excellent job, often I say, I'm sorry, that's the right thing to do because your happiness is at stake. So here's what I suggest, Becky, because you got a nice little kid there, and I suggest you do whatever it is, and don't get violent, don't get crazy, don't make threats, to get this cat out of your house. But if you can't, and I think you can, especially with your children involved, I think you can, Becky, but if you can't, then you have to go because you're never going to be happy with this man. I promise you, from what I got, just the quick things that you said and that your son is in the car and everything's kind of out in the open, that guy's never going to bring you joy. And joy counts for a lot. So I suggest, you're a grown woman. Do what you think is right to get him out. And eventually, in a month, if he's not gone within a month, then you have to go.
How does it work when you file divorce papers? I mean, isn't there an amount of time before he's got to get out of the house?
Oh, yeah. If she divorces him, somebody's going to get awarded that house, and it's probably going to be Becky. Yeah. She's got kids, and she mentioned kids in plural. She'll probably end up with that house. But there is one thing I thought she was going to ask me about. I'm afraid to move because of abandonment. Abandonment is a big thing, not in the state of Washington. Oh. It's a no-fault state. I mean, if I'm cheating on you with the entire Green Berets.
You want to say Green Bay Packers.
Yeah, but I wouldn't have the Green Bay Packers are guys. I don't want to do that. And then I have Green Berets. This is not working out that well for me. But either way, it's a no-fault state. Nobody gets extra stuff for being the right guy. Just go, Becky.
Or pack his bags.
Yeah. Do that. Set him out. You do whatever you want. He doesn't sound like he's going to get violent or scary. He's not taking the hint. Pack his bags.
All right, Bob in Mount Vernon, you're on with Danny Bonaduce, life coach.
Hey, Bob.
Hello.
How's it going, buddy?
Well, it's not really going that good.
Okay, what can I do for you?
I got a really super bad drug problem, and I live part-time here in Washington State, and then I live part-time down in Phoenix, Arizona,
right,
for my business. And I got so heavily into drugs, and I handle all the money at my house. And I did so much drugs that I had to sell my business. And
okay, can I tell you something, Bob? And I really appreciate that you called. Do you ever go to any NA meetings or AA meetings or anything like that?
I've been to all of them. Okay,
don't you notice that the first thing out of their mouths when they're starting to speak is, and then I spent all our money? It's not just you, man. This is what that stuff does. You spend all that's almost your job as a drug addict or alcoholic, is to devastate the family finances. So don't feel real special in that. Don't feel like you're the one guy in the world that is this bad. This is what happens. You wouldn't need treatment if it wasn't an insidious disease. So what is your question for me?
Well, I don't know how to tell my wife that we're going to have to sell the house up here now.
Okay, I'll be honest with you, and here's my opinion, and I'm often right. She knows. She's always known. She's known for a really long time, and it'll be a bumpy couple of seconds, possibly, but in the long run, she's going to know, and she's going to be happy because you cannot, you got a wife, man. You got a partner in crime. You got a best pal, theoretically, and you sound like you don't want to say, hey, Danny, how do I get away from this lady because I got these problems? So you got a bestest friend. Well, what can you do to dig your way out of this hole you got? You dig twice as fast with your wife. You absolutely want to tell her. And here's the thing. If you're just telling her about a drug problem, she absolutely flat out already knows. You're not hiding this stuff. I don't want to be a jerk, but I could have said, if it was a bet that I had to make, I could have bet that you were on drugs or you've been really strung out on drugs when you called up. So the first thing you got to do is absolutely tell your wife. She probably won't yell at you, but if she does, it's going to be brief, and then you're going to have somebody helping you out, and you won't be hiding stuff. And how much of the battle is that? How much do you go through every day freaked out that she's going to find out? And the second you tell her, that terrifying moment is gone. All you have to do is tell her, and when you say, how do I tell her? Which is a fine question, but the answer is the most simple way possible. You open your mouth and you tell her the absolute truth in brief, in brevity. Because don't start going on about why it happened and how hard your life is because of the drug addiction. You tell her, honey, I am addicted to drugs. and I've spent a ton of dough, and we're in trouble. That short. Now, the conversation will go on after that, but that short. I'm a drug addict, I spent all our money, and we're in trouble. Boom. That's the whole thing, and things will work out twice as fast with your wife involved. Thanks, Bob, and hang in, buddy.
Good luck to you, Bob. Mary in Tacoma, you are on with Danny Bonaduce, life coach.
Hi, I'm Mary.
Hi.
Hi. What can I do for you?
Well, okay. I'm a 58-year-old woman,
Yeah.
and I want to know how I can go about finding someone special for me. It's hard to find men to date at this age.
I'm interested. By the way, I have the answer for you. I'm just curious. Where do you go, and what do you do to find men your own age?
Well, actually, I work a lot. I mean, I'm a teacher, and I do a lot of athletic stuff. I actually umpire and officiate volleyball and that sort of thing.
How can you not have a boyfriend when you're on a volleyball league?
I know, that's what I'm saying.
It seems crazy. That's what those things are for. Nobody really wants to play.
Well, I'm the actual official, so I get to, I'm the one who sees them all.
Look at the hottest guy and say, hey, you want to win? Let's go to dinner. That's why I go. No, seriously, are you making it clear that you're available? Are you acting like a single young woman?
Well, how are you supposed to act?
Happy, and nobody wants a drag. But I mean, if I just went down to your volleyball league and asked them, do you know that Mary's single? Would they all say yes, or what would they say?
They would say, well, a lot of them who know me because I was in a long-term
So they'd
relationship.
say that was my fear. I don't know. Single people act single. Start acting single, having fun, laughing appropriately. That's what single people do. And the other thing is, what's that website I always recommend for people my age?
PeopleMyAgeDating.com.
Is that what it is? It might be called that. There's one for people over 50 specifically. They use extraordinarily attractive people in their commercials for everybody being over 50.
They're running TV commercials.
Yeah. And they say, I wanted to meet somebody who knows what I'm talking about when I make a reference. So you can find it. It's easy to find. But there's a website, a dating site specifically for people over 50. And I think you should use that. And you sound so happy. I mean, happy's half the fight, I think. Thank you very much for the call. And I hope you win on your next volleyball game. Thank you, Mary. And that's all the time we have for Danny Bonaduce, Life Coach, this morning. Life Coach is brought to you by Goldberg Jones Divorce for Men. Call 1-800-DIVORCE.